What's up, party people? This is Maine's World, and it is party time. The newest and realest sports podcast on the planet, giving the truth to you straight. Why? Because you can't control me. I'm Jermaine Harris, and I'm your host. I hope you enjoy the show. All right, party people, our first question comes in from Boone21 in Chicago. With the NFL trade deadline looming, who should the Bears target to help improve the squad? All right, Boone, first of all, I got to go with the team needs. Team needs O-line, O-line, O-line. Matt Nagy cannot run the fake 23 bass with the backside George reverse without help from the offensive line. So tradable assets we have right now at this point in time, the 2021 draft, we have a first, second, third, fifth, and sixth round draft pick. Package 1-2 of those picks up and something to trade. Maybe our wide receiver that we just drafted that for some reason cannot get on the field, Riley Ridley, or maybe an Anthony Miller, seeing that Mooney is playing at a high level. But a team we should target for these trades, I would say, is Atlanta. Atlanta is having a disappointing season. They had to fire their coach. Reports they may be trying to get rid of their quarterback. So this may be a team that is ready to blow up. And maybe we can steal some assets from them. Two assets that they have that we might need or want from the offensive line. Jake Matthews, left tackle, 6'5", 310 pounds. It's one of the top tackles in the game right now, but not making top left tackle money. The top 10 tackles making $15 million a year. He's making 13 for the next 3 years, I believe. He signed a $75 million extension a few years ago, but he is in the price range of a top offensive tackle. Another offensive guard they have, James Carpenter, making $5 million a year, 6'5", 320 pounds. May be able to steal him. But something that I think the Bears should do is at least talk to Quentin Spain. He signed a $15 million deal earlier this year. 6'5", 335 pounds. For some reason, Buffalo released him. I think he at least deserves a look because we have a need. Speed bump Charlie at left tackle is not going to work long term. And the injury to James Daniels is leaving us out there. But people say, oh, the Bears are playing well. They're 5-1. But the Bears are playing well in spite of the offensive line, not because of it. 29th ranked rushing attack and 24th in passing. Pass blocking and run blocking is not a strength of the Bears. And we can fix that by going after a top offensive lineman, which is a team need. Next question comes in from Terrence in Chicago. Is Deion PrimeTime Sanders a good hire for HBCUs, although he does not have any prior coaching experience? Well, Terrence, PrimeTime actually does have some coaching experience. He's been the offensive coordinator at Trinity Christian High School in Texas, where his son is the QB for the last 4 years. They have posted a 42-6 record over that period of time. So, but I do think that Deion going to Jackson State is a good hire. Hopefully, he can increase exposure to attract more accomplished players and maybe attract more accomplished coaches. I'm optimistic because of the time frame. You know, we're in the social media era. It's a little bit different because this has actually been done before. Doug Williams is just as famous as Deion Sanders, the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. He's not as outspoken and on TV, but Doug Williams was the head coach for Grambling State University for quite a number of years, and they had some very good football teams, won SWAC championships over and over. Doug Williams' son, Doug Williams Jr., is actually the quarterback at Grambling State right now, and Doug Williams is one of the top executives for the Washington football team. So we also need to talk about Jackson State recently in the news for some recruiting violations. I think it was like some time frames they could have kids on campus and time lengths. So they face some sanctions that's probably going to hurt recruiting a little bit. I don't think they lost any scholarships, but they lost the amount of time they could interact with players. But to answer your question, yes, I think it's a great hire, and hopefully in this day and age it will boost HBCU's football programs in general, which I think it has a very good chance. Dion already offered his son a scholarship to Jackson State, so hopefully he goes there. I think if he doesn't, that will set things back a little bit. So if Dion's the coach and his son is a QB, I think, and they do well, I think it will be a recipe for success for HBCUs in general. And hopefully that happens. All right, our next question comes in from Aaron in Chicago. What are your thoughts on former NBA player Nate Robinson stepping into the boxing ring for the first time at age 36? Well, Aaron, when I first heard this, I was like, what the hell? But Nate Robinson, 5'9", 180 pounds, is a high-level athlete. Professional NBA player for quite a number of years, was a two-sport Division I athlete in college, and age 36 isn't really old. When I was 36, I was in high tip-top condition. Actually, I was in Afghanistan fighting the Taliban, but I was eating 4 meals a day, working out twice a day. So I'm not an age 36 is the new 26, these guys, but age 36 isn't old. And Nate Robinson is not your average 36-year-old. But let's be serious. He's stepping into the ring for the first time, but he's stepping into the ring with not a professional athlete. Stepping into the ring with YouTuber Jake Paul, who has a fight versus another YouTuber. I'm not saying that, I don't know much about the guy, but I can tell you this: Nate Robinson is the superior athlete. So I'm cool with it. I don't know if this is something he's trying to do long term, but we'll see. Good luck to him. All right, now next question comes in from Ben in Dallas. Who do you have in the UFC 254 championship bout? Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje. All right, Ben, I got Khabib in this fight. The fighters are virtually identical in size, 5'9", 155 pounds, 70-inch reach advantage. Khabib is a striker, wrestler, submission artist. Justin Gaethje is a wrestler and knockout, punching power type fighter. The reason I say Khabib is the way he's able to tag his opponent, force him to the clinch, get him to the ground, mount him, and finish him is like it's unlike anything I've seen. I've seen him do it to several accomplished fighters. Get you to the ground and damn near break your arm, get you to the ground, punch you in the face several times, or elbow you until the referee stops the fight. So that is a tough task for Justin Gaethje. Now, Justin Gaethje's style, he's a pro. I mean, he's a fighter. He can stand and knock you out with 2 punches. His leg kicks are unbelievable. I've seen him drop fighters with leg kicks, and then do the same. Get on top of them and pound them out. But I think Justin's strength is also maybe his greatest weakness. He's willing to stand and trade with some people, and his 2 fights that he lost were from that, trying to stand and trade and got knocked out. I think the reason that Khabib is going to be the victor is because of his superior wrestling. He is a black belt in 3 separate Russian wrestling disciplines. Now, Justin Gaethje is probably going to be the most accomplished wrestler he's faced. Justin Gaethje is a NCAA championship wrestler. I just believe that Khabib is the better wrestler, and his ability to knock you out, submit you, or win by decision is going to bode well during this fight. We have to mention that Khabib's father, a legendary trainer, passed away from a COVID-related illness back in July. So Khabib has vowed to carry on his father's legacy, you know, carry on that championship pedigree that they created together. So both fighters are going to come in here trying to prove something. But I think the champion has the advantage in this fight. And I think he's going to come away as the victor. All right, team. It's Friday night and I just got paid. So I got a little bit something special for you. Usually when I get my money, my first thought is to make more money, more money, more money. So I like to get some action down on the weekend NFL matchups. I usually hit up one of my oldest and closest friends, Money Sale. They don't call him money for nothing. So he's going to give us some insight on some intriguing NFL matchups for this weekend. What you got for us, Money?
Thank you, my lunatic brother, for showing love. About to hit you with this 3-piece extra mild sauce. Starting off with the Carolina Panthers, 3-3, visiting the New Orleans Saints at 3-2. The Carolina Panthers coming off a loss last week to the Chicago Bears. Their running back Davis left the second half with an injury. Don't know if he's going to be 100% this week. On the flip side, we have the New Orleans Saints. They're going to be without their two top leading receivers. Michael Thomas, who was on track to play this week after punching his teammate in the face and yelling at the coach, but now he has a late hamstring injury. Emmanuel Sanders will miss the game with COVID-19 related symptoms. I expect the New Orleans Saints to throw a couple of dead bodies out there at wide receiver. They have Alvin Kamara. They have the defense. So I'm going to take the Saints in this one. Who that?
All right, Saints. So what else you got for us?
On Monday night, we have the 5-1 Chicago Bears at the 4-2 Los Angeles Rams. I expect the Bears to struggle during this matchup. Since Nick Foles has taken over at quarterback, their offense has shown slight improvement. But the key issue with the Bears is the offensive line. They can't block anybody. The run game is terrible. And that doesn't bode well for them. Because on the other side of the ball, you have the man-child, Aaron Donald. In 3 career games versus Nick Foles, he's never sacked him. So I'm expecting that to change. I'm also expecting a little extra motivation from Leonard Floyd, the ex-Chicago Bears linebacker. On offense, the Rams have a balanced attack, and they utilize a lot of play action, which I think will affect the Chicago Bears linebacker. With that being said, I'm taking the Rams.
Well, Money, you know I can't take the Rams over the Bears, so what else you got for me?
Okay, man, you asked for it, so here it is. Money's pick of the week. We have the 5-0 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 5-0 Tennessee Titans. The game is going to be played in 70-degree weather. There are also going to be fans in the stand. We know Pittsburgh Steelers fans travel, so it's going to be interesting to see who has the home field advantage. Starting with the Titans offense, you have that man over there, Derrick Henry, the man-child. Highlights every week, running through somebody, stiff-arming somebody, but they're going to need more than that this week. I give the advantage to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense led by Ironhead Haywood, also along with TJ Watt and Bud Dupree. I think those guys will do just enough to contain Henry and put the pressure on Tannehill to win the game. On the opposite side of the ball, you have Ben Roethlisberger. He has 3 different receivers he can pass the ball to, and he has an emerging rookie and Claypool. They also have a balanced attack with the running game with Connor. So the offense has an advantage over the Titans defense, so advantage Pittsburgh offense. As for the head coaching matchup, Mike Tomlin versus Vrabel, come on, that's not even a contest. Give the advantage to Tomlin. Because of all that, I'm taking the Steelers on the road for the victory.
All right, Money, we appreciate that. We're going to get back with you next week after we win this money. All right, thanks. And hit you up later. All right, party people, that's our show for today. Appreciate y'all stopping in, giving a listen. Thanks again for Money Sale, giving us insight on this weekend's games. Don't forget, hit us up at mainsworldpodcast.com and drop your questions. I'll still be here giving it to you straight. Why? Because you can't control me.